Okay, today I'm gonna finish up what I missed from my first play of Chapter 1. So I've got a guide here for how to find all of the notes, and I'm starting from scratch. So if you just care about seeing like the broad gameplay and story of each chapter, you can probably skip this, but I'm gonna follow a guide and get each of the notes and then check out each of the endings. Um, so let's get to that. Um, and I will I'll read through each note as I get it, even the ones I saw before. So this should hopefully be a pretty comprehensive one. It just won't have my first reactions essentially. So obviously this is note one. Um, Note 2 is at the well. So I'll go straight through to straight up should bring me to the well. There's note 2, so that's the birthday part. I said I was going to read them all, but I guess the first one is, more or less a meta note, and this one, is the birthday card, so it's not really anything that needs to be read out loud. Note 3 is from the dead tree. So there's also a note that apparently comes from scaring off that thing like 3 times. 3 times, I think. I think it's 3 times. So hopefully I'll get that in as I'm doing this. So here's this one. Today I noticed Amy's favorite tree looks like it's dying. All the needles are falling off it and the bark is peeling. I guess I'm more upset about it than Amy is. She is totally absorbed in her volunteer work at the clinic. I guess it's good that she found something she's passionate about, but I've gotten ugly looks from some of the women at book club. Kathy and her religious friends won't even talk to me anymore. Note 4 is from exercising a puddle on the ground. This says you can get to the puddle by going to the shed marked on the map and then going 2 screens down. So I guess I'll try to find the shed next. Incidentally, I am following a guide on Steam created by StormXTS, so can thank them for this. I would have thought that I had driven that thing off like 3 times, but I guess I never did. That I know is one of them, but I'm going to try to do them in order. So this said the puddle is 2 screens down from the shed. Okay, yep, here's the... Maybe it is more than 3 times for the chupacabra thing. Okay, so I caught some people walking through the woods around the house last week. Not kids, just regular adults. They told me they got lost while hiking. I pointed them back towards the road. The whole thing just didn't feel right. I think I should go dig up Bob's rifle out of storage. Okay, and then the pile of bones is the next one. That's note 5. So we saw that already. So that's up. Back to the shed. And then over to the left. Bob, the kids and I miss you more every day. The twins and Amy have started their next school year here at home. Amy keeps asking when she's going to be allowed to go to real school. I think she's getting cabin fever. So I guess, does that, I didn't think about this before. I guess that means they were probably getting homeschooled? The twins are having no problems occupying their time. Yesterday they came home with their hands covered in blood. I guess they found a dead deer and thought it would be a good idea to touch it. I think we might have a coyote problem, because when I went out with them to look at the dead deer, it was a pretty gruesome sight. All this just a day after the twins' birthday party. Can't wait till you come home. Alright, so that's number 5. Number 6 is the graveyard, which is the one I never did the first time. Or rather, I found it at the end of the game, but I guess you can't exercise it here. Or at that point, at the end of the game. So this is north and west of the well. So I bet if I just head west, directly west from here, I might hit it. I'm not totally sure if that'll work, but that should put me close to it anyway. I think they're seriously gonna keep coming. Getting pretty tired of it. Ah! I looped. Damn it. I bet I need to go north again. Yep, here we go. Mr. Martin, it has taken longer than expected registering the markers on your property as a historical cemetery. Our office has had difficulty identifying who was buried there. The inscriptions on the gravestones are written in a language that we cannot identify. I've sent the gravestone rubbings to some of my peers at the University of Connecticut. I will reach out to you when I get a response from them. All the best. Daryl Henderson, State of Connecticut Historical Society. Okay. So that was the graveyard. So I believe... yeah, the other markers here don't do anything. The next thing is supposed to be a stone circle, which is supposed to be directly west of the well? So, okay, it's supposed to be two west of the well. Oh, yep, there it is. That looks like a... This describes it as a stone circle, but it looks like the remnants of a house. Maybe not, though. Public lecture by Carl James Osborne. Connecticut's historical connections to witchcraft, Satanism, and the beast system? The beast system, okay. Alright. Then it mentions one in the shed. Or the one outside the shed, rather, which I've found. And then the last one comes from warding off the chupacabra, or whatever the fuck this thing actually is. And that's the one that apparently is the most easily missable in this chapter. Because at a certain point in the game, it stops showing up, I guess. Anyway, we need to do that one, and then also still the shed. So I will head towards the shed. Whoa. That was interesting. I never saw that before. Jeez. That thing still freaks me the fuck out. As many times as this has happened, Alright. The Martins' house lies about 100 yards off of Snake Meadow Hill Road. There is almost no driveway. Trees jut out in the middle of a gravel path that is mostly covered in grass. It was difficult to find the house, especially since it was already dark when we arrived. Father Allred seemed to know where he was going. He simply drove straight ahead until we arrived at the house. In the headlights, I saw an old shed off to the right of the path. Father Allred explained that he would rather perform the exorcism away from the house, but the Martins had insisted that Amy remain inside. He complained that having the family present makes it difficult to proceed with elements of the rite that may seem harsh to the layperson. I think that always happened, right? Oof. I really hate that thing now. The recommendations I've seen for getting the note from warding that off recommend just like hanging out in the center of a screen, because I guess eventually it'll show up, and you don't want to be near an edge of a screen because you don't know which screen edge it'll spawn on. So yeah, it recommended just or can you just hang out until it spawns? I actually don't know. I might be misinterpreting how this is worded. You might have to go from screen to screen. It just says it can unfairly spawn on the same side of the screen you are on, which can often lead to instant death. But I'm not sure, it might... Staying on one screen kind of seems like it might not work, actually. You wanna just frickin' drop your note, dude? Getting kinda tired of you. Hey, there it is. Finally. Father Garcia, you are hereby instructed to release Michael Davies from your care and return him to his home immediately. Mr. and Mrs. Davies have already been contacted by our office. A representative of the church is currently en route to their home to discuss compensation in return for their discretion. You will meet our representative there and accompany him back to Rome. Cardinal Gifford. Michael Davies. Okay, that's like the first time we've seen this name, right? I think so. But I think in the achievement, when I shot the quote-unquote chupacabra, I think in the achievement it referred to it as Michael, and I was like, I guess that's a bit of a accidental spoiler from the achievement. So yeah, interesting. All right. Wait, there we go. Okay. So now the rest are in the house. So I need to make my way to the house. I think I might have gone too far. Yeah, I did go too far over. Okay. Here we are. And I believe the house is safe until, that one point. So I should be able to take my time collecting most of these. The first one is just one right here, the main foyer. Mr. and Mrs. Martin greeted us at the front porch. Mr. Martin led us downstairs to the basement, explaining that Amy was down there in restraints. I felt for him. There was guilt and shame in his voice. Amy was in the very back of the attic, in a chair, perfectly calm, staring at us. It is hard to describe the look on her face. It was not the kind of look a child gives you. The next one is the portrait. It's also one I got the first time I played. And it's just this picture. Just quite an odd picture for sure. Let's see, where's the next one? The kitchen, which is the drawer in the kitchen. Oh no, I'm sorry, the drawing on the fridge of the kitchen. I misread it. We've seen that before too, which is a messed up picture. Although one that doesn't really seem like it is related to the things that have happened so far. Or the things that we ended up seeing. So that's odd. Let's see. Next is stuff on the second floor. So we have the second floor bathroom. I don't feel safe in my own home anymore. I hear voices outside around the house at night. I don't let the twins go out in the woods to play because I'm afraid of what's out there. The house itself feels stressed, distorted, slanted somehow. It's like I'm walking through a carnival funhouse. Amy's condition has only gotten worse. I can't stand to be around her, and I don't know why. She just doesn't seem like herself anymore. I want to take her to the doctor, but I can't leave the boys here. I find that the phone stops working throughout the day, and now I can't seem to find my car keys. Thank God Bob comes home tomorrow. Then we have Amy's bedroom. Oh, which is just right here on the floor. I guess I was the only one who thought to check in the attic. When I got up wait. Huh? Interesting. I don't remember this one from before. Okay. Oh, never mind. I do remember this one. I guess I was the only one who thought to check in the attic. When I got up there, it was freezing cold. I found Amy standing in the back, looking straight at me like when I first met her downstairs. We spoke briefly, although it was frustrating to talk to her, or it. I experienced a bit of deception from the demon. During our conversation, she uttered my mother's first name, and in other instances spoke perfect Latin. I called for help from the others, but nobody came, so I raised my crucifix and began the rite again. I do remember that one. I don't know. At first it seemed unfamiliar. And then also in her bedroom, the doll. Bob must be stationed somewhere in the Middle East because he sent over this weird-looking doll for Amy's birthday. I'll ask Anish about it next time we have book club. She looks like she could be from over there. Amy didn't seem excited to see the doll. I think she would rather have a phone instead. Or maybe seeing a baby doll makes her feel self-conscious about working at the clinic. The next one listed here is in the basement. Hold on just a second. Oops. So I gotta go downstairs, and it's the acquired by exercising the bed frame near the sheet and doll in the basement. Oh, right here. I swear the first time I don't remember there being a doll here. Dear Amy, thanks for writing. It really brightened my day hearing from you. In your letter, you asked what's the weirdest thing I've seen as a missionary. The area we are working in has a lot of folks who practice Quimbamba. It's what you might call a pagan religion. It's kind of a mix of Catholic and African religions. One of the saints they worship is San La Muerte, or Saint Death. Yesterday we talked to a boy, about 15. When we asked him if he had ever prayed, he said no, but I have prayed to San La Muerte. He told us about a time when he stayed over at his cousin's house, and, according to him, they prayed to some figures of San La Muerte, and the figures made things in the house move around. He got real quiet and scared looking after that. We told him he could pray to God and that God wouldn't make him feel scared like that. We invited him to come to church, but he hasn't come yet. I need to wrap this letter up and get back to work. See you in 4 months. Leighton. Ba, ba, ba. So next is the one at the ritual circle. Amy's parents could not endure witnessing the proceedings of the rite for long. Mrs. Martin was hysterical, and the thing that was inside Amy was feeding off of the fear. Father Allred asked me to take the Martins upstairs. I was physically worn out, but managed to get them back up the stairs into the kitchen. Amy was screaming, "Mother! Mother!" the whole time. Finally, I got them to sit down with me at the kitchen table. After a few minutes, we couldn't hear much of anything down in the basement, so I went down to check on things. I found Father Allred lying on his back, unconscious, with his arms spread out wide. Amy was not in the circle. So I'm a bit, at this point, I believe we have all of them except, we're missing 18, 19, and 20. 18 is in the attic, so we have to get get got get got by Amy. And then 19 isn't until we defeat the boss. So I was considering like stopping recording here, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm hopeful that it won't take too long and I won't have too many failures. Since I've done it before, we'll see. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it goes relatively smoothly. So yeah, let's do this thing. This this part in particular, I would prefer not to have to redo a whole bunch of times. But I believe I understand now how to deal with her. So yeah, so hopefully I won't have a bunch of failures dealing with it this time. Yeah, see now that doll is gone. Like that doll is like sometimes there and sometimes not. So it's like what is up? Didn't wasn't it over here? Am I forgetting about what the fuck I need to do? Well, this could be annoying, I guess. If I've like completely forgotten about how to handle this.
I heard a door open upstairs.
Ah, okay. Do you just need to ward her off enough times? I think maybe that was the issue. Okay. And then upstairs in the attic, we should get the next note. Molly, the church might contact you in a few days to tell you their version of what happened to me. I want you to hear it from me first. A year ago, I was involved in the exorcism of Amy Martin. What they said in the papers about what happened isn't true. She, my superior father, with when I confronted her, she managed to cut the power to the house and her own parents with their own. I have to go back to that house. The nightmares I'm having are real. She's still there, waiting for me. I can still help her. If I don't come back, know that I love you and I'm sorry. John. Um, okay, so next we have to beat the boss.
My God, what happened to you? I have to finish what I started.
All right, now we have. Oh, fuck yeah, this is the part we have to dodge her. Why was that one not working on you? You've got to be almost done. Seriously? There we go. Ah, shit. This is the part I have the most trouble with. Fuck. I really did not think it. Yeah, I know, Mortis. I really didn't think I was in her trajectory there. Oh, okay. That's
Mortis.
something I think I guessed at last time, but didn't 100% realize. You can't be hit by those things, huh? Can't be hit by that circling. Fuck. Okay. All right. God damn it. Come on. All right, what am I even doing? Come on. Fuck. Ah. I hate being such a slow moving character. Fuck. I was trying a new strategy of staying like near the center and just dodging out of the fucking way. Not like that. And I thought it was going okay so far, but for some reason in the upper right, I have real trouble hitting her. I believe you need to be like, there's kind of an invisible. Fuck. I think I almost had her.
Mortis.
I don't know if I was too close to that circle. I don't know why I want to go up there. I fucking know that going that direction gets me hit immediately. There we go. This is the last stage, right? Yeah, because now she zooms out the window. Okay. All right. So that's that. Um, so now it says if you've gotten all of the rest of the notes, then there should be a note here. Yep, here it is. This is the ceremony for opening the let no brother or sister utter it. Use the right index finger to draw the signs of the on the floor. Bring an impure vessel to the signs of the let a brother or sister drink at each sign of the carve the face of the blood that fills the opening is the new let seven be taken from their mothers and lowered into the upon the offering of the seventh the will emerge from the this is the second death. Okay then. Sure. Um Now apparently the very last note kill her. The very last note is apparently we have to take
A gun with one bullet.
the gun. I don't know how the fuck you would ever like figure this out on your own. You have to take the gun and use it to break the mirror. And this takes like
A gun with one bullet.
3 shots to do. Like I said, I don't know how you would ever know to do this on your own.
A gun with one bullet.
I mean, I guess somebody experimenting must have been trying to shoot various things with the gun. Well, that was unexpected, to say the least. Okay,
This.
can't can't just stand my ground with that thing. Um, um, so I guess we have to defeat this thing. I'm I'm really surprised the guide I'm following
A gun with one bullet.
did not describe this at all. It said absolutely nothing about this. It just said to break the mirror with the gun. But I'm assuming to get the note that
A
apparently
gun with one bullet.
appears, I apparently have to defeat this thing. Did not know I'd be up against a essentially a new
A gun with one bullet.
boss. I don't know what the fuck this thing is. I'm assuming it's taking damage as we go here. Yeah, there we go. I got an achievement for this one. October 23, 1986. Dear Dr. Mc- McGlashan? It has been 30 days since the beginning of my treatment here at Yale Psychiatric Institute. Dr. Spinell, who has been so patient with me, has helped me understand my afflictions and has helped me find a way to move forward and accept the truth. With Dr. Spinell's help, I have come to accept what really happened in September at the Martin family residence. Okay, so like just a month after, in September at the Martin family residence. I accept that what happened was not the result of any supernatural phenomenon, but rather the desperate actions of a young girl driven to violence by her dogmatic parents and old church rituals that are thought to drive out evil. I am happy to report that, since accepting the truth, my nightmares have ceased and I now enjoy peace of mind that I have not felt since the incident. Given my progress since first coming here, I respectfully request my release from Yale Psychiatric Institute, contingent upon follow-up appointments with Dr. Spinell in the future. Seriously, sincerely, John Ward. Okay, so that's all the notes. So now I need to switch the guide I'm looking at because there's a different guide for how to get the endings. Um, and the endings are in this chapter are just all based on who you shoot with the gun, who or what you shoot with the gun. And you know, in the in order
A
for
gun
to
with one bullet.
for completeness' sake, I will do all of them, even the ones I did the first time. So, and I'll do them in order here. So, ending one is we go and we shoot Amy. Um, so we go down here, we follow the path, we find Amy over here, and we shoot her. And then we head to the car. And that should get us ending one. Here's the well. And boy, okay. One more down for the car? More of a hike than I remember. Yep. Get in the car. And we get pulled over. Murderer. Police arrest man accused of murdering missing girl. A New York man is in custody after he confessed to the murder of a Sterling girl who had been missing. John Ward of Palmyra was pulled over on Snake Meadow Hill Road last night after a state trooper reported hearing a gunshot. The officer thought it might be poachers. The officer said Ward was acting nervous and suspicious after being pulled over. When questioned, Ward repeatedly said, "I've killed her." According to the police report, the officer called for backup after Ward became increasingly upset, saying repeatedly that there was a demon inside her. Ward was taken to Sterling Police Headquarters for further questioning. Ward then confessed to authorities that he shot and killed Amy Martin, a 17-year-old girl who had been missing for 9 days after escaping from a mental institution. After a brief search, police located Amy's body in the woods near the now abandoned Martin home. In addition to receiving a gunshot wound to the stomach, Amy showed injuries suggesting that she had been of the thrown out of the second-story window of the house. An officer who helped recover the body told reporters that Amy's face had been mutilated in a very brutal manner. Ward was found dressed as a priest when he was pulled over. It is suspected that he impersonated a priest to gain his victim's trust after Catholic authorities in Rome confirmed that Ward was not an ordained minister. The rest of the article is missing. Yay! I unlocked something. Cool. Um, let's let's go back to, let's load that again. Ending 2, which will be a new one for me.
A gun with one bullet.
Second ending is shooting a stranger, it says in the guide. First path on the right. So I guess I'll go down here. I don't know what a stranger is. And we'll head this way. Oh, hello. So one of those gray things we'd been seeing. Now we head to the car. Back to the well. Down a few. Oh, and this guide, incidentally, that I'm following for the endings is on Steam and is created by the user The Death Angel, which is a appropriate username for this game, I guess.
I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him I will trust. I shall not be afraid.
Ah! That was interesting. Ending 2, Father and Son. Esteemed Cardinal Gifford, with all due respect, you cannot grasp the importance of the work I am doing for young Michael without being present here. Michael needs my help now more than ever. In the past few weeks, I have made great progress with Michael's affliction. Nevertheless, whatever darkness is inside of him fights back with increasing ferocity. We must not let up we must not let up the fight against the enemy at such a critical time. There is another reason why I dare not return Michael to his family, nor let them see him. The darkness inside him afflicts his soul, but it also causes a terrible strain on his body, so that there may be no mistaking what I mean. I have enclosed a photograph of young Michael during one of our sessions. The photograph is missing. Okay. Okay. The third ending is apparently from
A
shooting
gun with one bullet.
a deer, which this guide says can be found on the second path on the right. So the first path on the right was from the well. So we're going to go down past the well and then head to the right here. And then to the car.
I will set up the Lord. He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in him I will trust. I shall not be afraid of the terror.
What the hell? Oh my god. The deer's revenge, apparently. Holy shit, that's amazing. Ending 4 of 5, the hunter. That is something else. Unidentified body discovered near wrecked car. The site of a deadly car accident was discovered along a road near Sterling this morning, along with the body of a person who has not yet been identified. At 6 a.m. this morning, a resident called to report an accident along Snake Meadow Hill Road. The driver of a silver sedan had swerved off the road and struck a tree. A spokesman for the police commented that the body appeared to have been dragged several yards away from the car deeper into the woods after having been ejected from the front windshield. It was noted that the body had been mangled beyond recognition. Investigators suspect this was probably the work of coyotes. Police also noted that parts of cleaned a cleaned white-tailed deer were found in the trunk of the car. From a white-tailed deer, a hunter typically gets 75 pounds of meat. However, it appears the victim of the accident was only able to carry 25 pounds back to the car. Okay. All right. Oops. Chapter 1. Continue. All right. So one more
A gun with one bullet.
before the one I've seen. So it says ending 4 is shooting a fox, which is the second path on the left. So I guess that's the opposite side from where I found the deer. But this doesn't seem right. Second path on the left. Do I need to keep going? I'm confused. I'm confused. Where am I? Like, that's not the thing. That's a dead animal, right? Well, whatever it is, I shot it. Is that really a fox? Oh, I guess I can. Okay, I guess I can see that that looks like a fox. Was it supposed to be like caught in a trap? Oh, now it's gone. Interesting. Okay. Hi guys. buffering. It says this was the third one, actually. Hello, Amy. I am sorry to hear about your parents' decision. It is hard for people to trust what they do not understand. I know you are only 17, but you are clearly an adult and you are able to handle your own life. Do not let your mom and dad stop you from following your dreams. If there is anything I can do to help you, just let me know. We are having a get-together at the clinic Saturday night, and I would love for you to stop by. We still consider you a part of the team, even if your mom and dad do not. We hope to see you there. Gary. New chapter mode unlocked. How exciting. I have been told that Gary loves you. Okay, yeah, I think these are misnumbered. I think the fourth one was the I think the fourth one was the deer one. Official in the official numberings.
And God with one bullet.
And now the last one, in the previous video. The previous video I saw the first one and the last one. And the last one is, of course, done by just going to your car. There is one thing I'm going to test out after doing this. I'm guessing it maybe just won't let you, but I'm going to see what happens if you just don't take the gun and try to leave. Because I didn't ever test that last time.
I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him I will trust. I shall not be afraid of the terror in the night.
I like that you get
nor
revenge
the
on that
evil
thing in
that
this ending.
walketh in darkness. Because I have made the Lord my refuge. Because I have set my love upon Him, therefore will He deliver me. I shall call upon Him and He will answer me. He will be with me in trouble. He will deliver me and honor me. I can't explain what happened at that house. I can only have faith that I did the right thing.
I feel like this is supposed to be like the good ending or like the real canon ending, maybe? Police animal experts investigate chupacabra remains found near Sterling. Sterling PD is enlisting the help of local animal experts from the University of Connecticut after the remains of an unidentified animal were found near Sterling. The remains of an animal, which some residents are calling a chupacabra, were discovered on Snake Meadow Hill Road by a motorist yesterday. The animal had apparently been struck by a vehicle, and parts of its carcass were scattered across the road. Police say they initially investigated the gruesome scene because the motorist who discovered the remains had told them they appeared to be of a person. After arriving at the scene, police concluded that the remains were of some kind of animal. As a matter of public safety, we want to be sure about what exactly we're dealing with here, said a Sterling police spokesman. This is clearly not a deer or a coyote. If it's a mountain lion or exotic pet that escaped from its owners, or an animal with rabies, we need to know about it. Animal experts attached to the investigation would not speculate about what kind of animal had been found, although they commented that the animal was hairless, anemic, and apparently suffered from the rickets, a vitamin D deficiency that appears in animals and children who have not received enough sunlight. Yeah, so just for shits and giggles, I guess, I'm going to see if it's possible to leave the house and not take the gun at all? Like, what if I'm just like, fuck it, I don't want the gun. Let me just leave. Do I get jumped by the thing at the end that I shot for ending 5 and just killed? That would be my guess. That seems like the most obvious thing that would happen. But I still wanna try it. I really like the music they play during this part. Yep, yep,
For this.
yep. Okay, all right, that makes sense. Had to try it though. So yeah, the only way to, I mean, there just is no way. You can't. You have to shoot something. All right. Well, that was pretty cool. I'm glad I came back to check the other notes. It shed some interesting light on stuff that seems kind of secondary to this chapter, but I assume might come up more in chapter 2 or chapter 3. And I'll do and I'll probably do chapter 2 and chapter 3 in the same way as I did this one. I'll do a completely blind play of chapter 2 and then come back and do the other notes and other endings, and then I'll do the same with chapter 3 after that. So for now, thanks for watching. Oh, gotta hit it twice. I forgot.